Hello and welcome. It is wonderful to have your company. It is a brand new one-day special. Oh, and it's gorgeous. And I can't believe it's only £25. It's only 20. I honestly, when we were prepping, I literally did think, because you know me, I'm rubbish with pounds and pennies. I'm rubbish with my pounds and my pennies. Actually, that is the story of my life. Oh, but yeah, rubbish. And I genuinely thought it was. Genuinely. So yeah, I just think that is amazing. Okay, it was already busy at preview last night. Loads has already gone. So if you do want this, please check your basket out. Stamperia is such an incredible company. I love their products. Going to be dispatched from the 12th of October. So you haven't got long to wait. It is worth the wait because it's stunning, just stunning. I love Stamperia because their artwork is just beautiful. The quality is amazing. I love the rice paper. It's the best, still my favourite rice paper ever. They're just a really cool company. When I saw this, I have been seeing, like, you know, on Instagram and all that malarkey, I've been seeing this paper pad. So when I opened my box, the goodies that I had on the show, it was like, oh my gosh, I am so chuffed because I have had my eye on this. Okay, it's beautiful. The only problem is you only get one of each page. Is this available separately, Katie, on its own? Right, no it isn't. Oh, that's such a shame because I'd actually buy two of these. Okay, okay, so uncoated, so already you could be chopping that cover it up, definitely. You've then got on the other side of the cover, you've got all your beautiful sentiments, absolutely gorgeous. I mean, it is, I mean, look at her. She's just beautiful, isn't she? Absolutely beautiful. I wish Stamperia did fabric. I just think that would make exceptional fabric. You've got that beautiful background paper. I mean, look at him. 20% of stock has gone. He's absolutely beautiful. It is one of those. I know I keep saying cut it up, use it. It's really difficult to cut up because it's so pretty. It's so, I mean, look at her. She's just exquisite. And every paper, I mean, even the back of the paper, just in case you didn't like one of the main images, as if you're not going to like one of those main images. Do you know what I mean? It's like, hold on a minute, those main images, as if you're not going to like one of them. But anyway, just in case, the back page is beautiful too. You've then got, now I love how Stamperia do this. They give us the beautiful toppers. You probably won't use these as card toppers, however, because on the other side, sorry, I'm being really useless at doing this. On the other side, it's just as exquisite. So these are the ones you put in your book for your pockets, definitely. You know, you'll use those for doing your journaling on. I love that. Look at that. How exquisite is that? Your beautiful winter tales. Again, the back of the paper is equally stunning. And the gorgeous horse. Look at that. Absolutely exquisite. And then you've got that beautiful winter scene, isn't it? Just every single page is just stunning. This is flying. Now, if you do want this, please check your basket out. It is so busy. I mean, it is such a shame we haven't got this singular, because I would absolutely encourage you to buy two of these, but obviously I wouldn't encourage you to buy two at one day specials because you've got moulds. But this is stunning. You've also got your beautiful rice paper. Now with the rice paper, you've got your big A3. The big background rice papers are essential. They're absolutely essential because this matches, but of course you can use that in relation to this. A quarter of the stock has gone. It's going to sell out. This could be awkward. You've then got this really cool mould. So this is really nice for, you know, all the sort of finishes. You might be using it. This reminded me of Catherine, actually, you know, going around flower pots and things, but it's just a really ornate mould. With the moulds, they're a flexible mould. If I show you, they're a flexible mould. So it means you can use your air dry clay, which we have got on the show. You can use resin with these. I've been using mine with resin. I bet you could use them with the concrete, actually. Oh my word, I haven't used them with my concrete. They would be so cool, wouldn't they? We can't. Oh, I did think about it, but I just didn't have time. You've then got more rice paper. Look at these, folks. Well, you can't get these individual either, I presume, can you not? No, gutted. Because look at these. I mean, they're so beautiful. They're so beautiful. And then look at that. Oh, isn't that nice? Don't you just want to be there? How cosy. Okay, a third of the stock has gone. It is so busy, folks. Last but not least, can you believe this is all $24.94? And you've even got a stencil. What I love about this kit, you're getting a stencil, you're getting a mould that you'll use time and time again. You know, it's a really cute little stencil. You'll then obviously get your papers. The papers are, yeah, they're the you know, the piece de resistance. Let me show you what I've done. Right, first of all, that's with the mould. So, oops, so that's with the mould. And I wanted to do something different, not just, it's one of the stencils that we have got on the show. We've got the book on the show as well, which I'll probably be working on when this sells out. But the moulds, we have got that mould on the show, but these are the moulds that you get with your one-day special. I love that. I just thought that looked so cool. I've then used the beautiful papers around here. That's one of the other moulds that we've got on the show, along with the gorgeous sparkly goodies, but I have used the paper around there. Your paper you will use wisely. Don't the sparkly goodies look fabulous? The papers you use wisely. So for instance, with this one, what I did with this one was I used my rice paper for round the box, because obviously that's why rice paper is amazing, because it allows you to go round a box without a problem whatsoever. I mean, it's ridiculously easy to go round a box. I've then used the paste on there, and then of course I've made the lid. And the lid, you can see now, that's the actual rice paper. But again, I've been really careful with the rice paper, maximising that rice paper. And then what I've done is used the moulding paste to actually mould the Christmas trees, to give it some, you know, some lovely texture, because I really like that. I like messing about. And then if I show you the other box, I have done all right. I'm not Mr. B. I haven't made a mess. Proud. And then I'm really pleased with this box. Let me show you. I will. Isn't it pretty? So we're using that to make it stand up. So you've got the lid first of all. Now with the lid, what I did was I did chop the paper up, but you chop it up so you use it wisely. So it means you're using this, but then you've got all the other bits of paper, and then you use scraps. You use scraps of the rice paper and scraps of the paper and the borders. I've then cut borders from the other papers. So see, you can see I've used borders from some of the other papers. And then with the actual box, I didn't do the top bit because that's where my lid's going, so I didn't need to do that. I've used one of the beautiful moulds there. I've cut just a couple of the flowers out, and then just a couple of borders. That's one of the stencils with the glamour paste, which I absolutely adore. Right, this is the launch. We have been live 8 minutes. And 40% of the stock has gone, folks. This is absolutely flying. I'm not surprised. It's just beautiful. It's just beautiful. If you do want to get hold of this, you're saving £7. It's brand new from Stamperia, and it's just adorable. Honestly, you will get this home, and all you want to do is put those gorgeous papers in frames, because it's one of those that you don't want to, I'm sorry, you just don't want to cut it up. I've honestly struggled. Not because I've not known what to do with it, but just because you just don't want to cut it up. It's ridiculous. As a demonstrator, that's really tricky, you know. It's like, oh, I don't want to do that. It's like, I'm just going to go, look, it's pretty paper, put it in a frame. I'm not obviously going to do that. Okay, now, already a quarter of the stock has gone. I'm not surprised. These moulds go with that collection. You'll be using these time and time again. They are beautiful. They're beautiful. So you've got the gorgeous fairy. You've got the wonderful, let me find him. Look, I haven't managed to paint these. I've only just, oh, but isn't he lovely? Isn't it beautiful? Imagine painting all that detail. You've got your Once Upon a Time, which you could see on the box, of course. You've got the beautiful winter tales. You've also got the gorgeous bird, and the detail of these is just exquisite, really exquisite. And honestly, I've used the air dry clay. So, dink. So I've used the air dry clay there, which of course we have got on the show. Isn't that fabulous? Yeah, he's got his little crown. I love these. I love these. You've also got, and now these two at the bottom are really interesting, because look at these. These are beautiful. Look at that. There you go. And have I got that one the wrong way? Oh. Aren't they beautiful? I love them. I love them. Stunning. So you can use your moulds obviously with your soft clay. So that one. If you do want your clay, you can get that. You're actually getting 2 packs of your soft clay. It's air dry clay, it's paper clay, so it means it's super, super lightweight. That mould will definitely go on a card. It is super lightweight. So get a hold of your clay. Now the other mould that you've got, because you've got all of these, so you've got that big mould for $11.98 and the A5 one. This is beautiful. Have a look at that mould. Half of the stock has gone. Look at that. Isn't that just divine? Now that is using your moulding paste. Now your cream paste is really cool. You're going to get 2 tubs. I always ask we get 2 tubs of this because you need 2 tubs of this. Definitely, you'll get through tons of it. But it's how flexible it is. Because look at that. It messes with your head. Because look, isn't that cool? I love that. It's just like you're having a laugh. Such good stuff. I won't iron it out now. Don't iron it, obviously. Isn't it beautiful? And look at all the detail. I mean, that is exquisite. Okay, these are so busy. If you do want your moulds, you need to be checking out your basket. I don't know what's going to sell out. The one-day special, the moulds first. But yeah, flying out the door. 922-659, only $11.98. Such beautiful moulds. You can use them with resin. I definitely want to try my cement. Obviously, you can use them with the air dry clay as well. The other one, use with your cream paste. But also, we've got the glamour paste on the show. The glamour paste also goes in your mould. I'd use it in the big snowflake one, not the other ones necessarily, but the glamour paste will go in the moulds as well. It comes out and it's flexible. Really cool stuff. Okay, next, this is another lovely, lovely mould set. This is beautiful. I love all the little locks in it. Look at them. Aren't they just gorgeous? Really, really nice. Love, love, love those. And you can see there's one. I've done one of those with resin and just a bit of the gilding wax. Stunning, absolutely stunning. That's the one on the box. So you have got the one on the box, and then at the bottom there, you've got the gorgeous dragonfly. And look at the detail again. And that's just air dry clay. Really beautiful mould. So that's your first one. And then now, these again, absolutely superb. So you've got, this is such a good price, $15.97. So you've got, love the typewriter, isn't that cute? And the detail of that when it pops out is just amazing. You've got the love. I even like just the, you know, the little heart there with the grain in. I think that's really pretty, really pretty. And then you've got the little bird, you've got the amour. There you go. That's a cheeky bit of amore. Beautiful. And then the other mould. Now, this is just lovely. I really like this. You've got all sorts. I really like all the different languages as well. Absolutely beautiful, beautiful mould. And it's just a really nice, detailed. Love is not rude. It's not selfish. I love that. And I mean, you can cut these words out. So if you just want to cut the word rude out, you can do that. You can absolutely change the look of it. I really like that. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And what? Never stop trusting. Never stop. Never trust. Oh, that's a beautiful selection. Again, you can do so much with these. Wow, half of the stock has gone. Where's my hand? There it is. See, isn't that gorgeous? I really like these ones. I think they're ace. Okay, half of the stock has gone. 167 768. That's your item number. Phew. Okay, now there's loads on the website. We've got beautiful collections. I mean, I must admit, Stamperia, every time they bring a collection, it's another one of my favourite collections, every single time. But they're just exquisite, and I think that's the lovely thing about this company. They never fail to deliver. So please check those out. We would love to hear from you. Have you already seen this and you've been waiting for it? Do you know what you're going to do with it? What ideas and inspirations have you got? How difficult are you going to find cutting this up? I would love to hear from you. studio@hochanda.com. Obviously, if you do have photographs from any of the other collections, I love seeing what you've done, so please send them in. Right, what I'm going to do, and we've got people shopping from all over the world. If you are shopping from Europe or the United States, of course, you can join Hochanda Freedom, which means that you won't have to pay any postage, which is always fantastic. Right, okay, what I wanted to do, I'm going to do a box because I can. Boxes from La Blanche, of course, they're the best quality. They're amazing. So what I'm going to do first of all, I decided to do a box because I just think Christmas boxes like this look exquisite, don't they? Can you imagine these under a tree? I mean, you won't put people's presents in, you keep them. But actually, I did do. I did one of my Stamperia boxes that I made when we went to Budapest. I actually did put my mum's present in it, and she keeps it out all year round. But I mean, we learnt that at Stamperia, and it's beautiful. So, okay, what I wanted to do I wanted to do a box, but slightly under the size of the paper, because I think it is important to go, okay, you're looking at these papers, and I'm not joking. When I said, oh my gosh, I can't cut that up, I'm not joking, because I look at that and I just think that is beautiful. But I am going to cut it up and I don't want to just put it on as it is, because doing that, it kind of defeats the object of crafting, doesn't it? So you want to do something with it. So what I'm going to do, and actually, as I've stood here, I've gone and changed my mind because I've just had an idea that I'd really like to do. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, and it is deciding which one I'm going to use. So looking at this now, I'm going to do a little bit of fussy cutting on this one, which isn't that exciting to watch, but I'll show you what I mean. See, Debbie has emailed in, they're out of this world beautiful, aren't they, Debbie? Aren't they? Okay, paper. So when you start, what I definitely recommend, before you get happy cutting away with this, look at it first. So you look into your paper. I say this a lot, but because there's loads of elements, and you'll start, this is what I love about Stamperia, they collage the papers, and you can see the collage elements. So when you look at the paper, you think, okay, if I cut it here, then I've still got all that block. But on the other side of the paper, I really like that as well. I don't think I'm going to be able to save that because I'm already, what was that? Already almost half the stock has gone to the one-day special. Whew, it's flying. Okay, so what I decide to do with this now, I've got choices. I could either fussy cut this out with her on it. That's a lot of work, and at the end of the day, I want paper behind this still. So what I'm going to do is, I'll show you. So take my scissors, okay. Good start. And then just cutting this out. And I wanted to do it this way because rather than pre-cutting it, because I change my mind quite a lot. And I think it's quite nice to see people how you work and how you actually decide on what to do with this. Now, I am going to fussy cut her hair. What I will do is not cut it as neat as I will do in a minute, and I'll recut that when our Janice is going down the counter at second time. So I will come back because I won't glue this together. I'm just going to show you the first process, and then I'll go back in and fussy cut it proper. But you don't want to see me fussy cut it proper because that's dead boring. Now we've actually got some little scissors. When you're checking out your basket, it'll say, hey, do you want these? And there's some really nice little products. There's a really cool silicone paintbrush. I really like silicone paintbrushes. And there's some paintbrushes as well. There's all sorts of little goodies. We'll be able to check that out on the website to show you. But yeah, as you're checking out your basket, these are the goodies. So that glue is definitely worth it. I'd highly recommend the glue. They're really good. You've got and the gessos are really really nice gesso. So if you do want some extra gesso, that's a cracker. It's a really good coverage, is that. And then, yeah, you've got loads of different tools as well. Definitely worth having a look at those, stocking up if you need them. So, yeah, that'll be as you're checking out your basket. Okay, so here we go. Now, you see, that's going to be there, okay? You could literally just stick that on, but we're crafting, so you don't want to do that. You want to make it your own. You want to change it. You want to make it something different, don't you? You also want to maximise the paper. So I'm taking her out. She's going to be on. This bit now, what I don't want to do is just cut the paper straight, because I do like seeing some movement on the flowers. So I've decided which line I'm going to follow, and then just cut round here like so. I'm not being too particular. I mean, I'm leaving a little border around, and I kind of like doing that, A, because it's a lot easier, but B, because it doesn't, you can't really tell. It doesn't look like it's odd, because you're going to work at the back anyway. Now, I'm not just, it would be easier if I just chopped my paper, but I'm not doing that, because like I said, you need to be dead precious with it. So you don't just hack a bit off just to make it easier to cut. You just go around and you're precious. So that leaf, and it will be a lot easier, but do it this way. Struggle on live TV. Nearly stabbed myself then with my scissors. Would have been hard work. I know I won't do that. That'd be daft, wouldn't it? I mean, you wouldn't have been able to tell. Counters covering it. Counters covering where the bit blood. Sorry, too much, Leonie. Okay, so I've decided I'm coming down here. We have what? Plasters. Okay. I'd just be like, no, I'm fine. I'm using Stamperia. I'm fine. Okay. See. So that's where I'm going. Now with her, there's so many options. You could actually fussy cut her. You could lift her out the paper. See, that's another beautiful, that you could get your craft knife, go around and lift her wings out, because that always looks beautiful. If you want to go around just her, keep the paper with your craft knife really carefully, then mount her but put the paper back in situ. There's so many ways of actually doing this, and there's so many ways of, again, making it your own. Right, I'm happy with that, so she's going to be like that. So the next thing is this background. Now, obviously, I could use my scraps of rice paper, because they'd look really beautiful. I've got scraps of paper. Like I said, I'm really precious with paper. So rather than using all my paper, let's get one of the stencils out. Now, hold on a minute. Where did I put my stencil? I think I'm organised, but I'm lying to myself. No, I'm not. I am organised. Yes. So, get one of my stencils. Now, we have got quite a few stencils on the show. I must admit, I mean, that one's beautiful, but that one is definitely for more of your centre things. You know, like this from the paper, or look, the rice paper. That rice paper will go beautiful in that stencil. So that would look gorgeous. If you do want the stencils, we've got all three together. Again, look at that price. That's no, it isn't. It's $17.97 if you want those. That middle one is one of my favourite ever. I love that stencil. If you do want those, you might have seen that middle one you might have seen before. The other two I've never seen before. £17.97 is your price. 387,739. So what I'm doing is, because I've got that paper, I know where I'm going with this. So I'm going about here. So it's this bit that I want to stencil, okay? And I want it coming right over to the edge. Now, there's a couple of products you can use for this. So you can use the cream paste to do your stenciling, or you can actually use the gesso, because the gesso's really nice and thick. And obviously then, it gives you a really nice base to actually work over the top of. And actually, I think the gesso, decision. No, I'm going to use cream paste, because when I blast it dry, you can get a really, really interesting effect. Now, I've actually picked up a new one, which is interesting. I've left my other one at home. So when you use your cream paste, I mean, this is such cool stuff. It really is. I mean, it dries uber flexible. It's just, and when you look at it, almost half of the stock has gone. It does go really, every time we have it on, it's super busy. Let me just see, did I put, again, Leonie being organised, there it is. Look, if you put, so on your scrap plastic, I've mixed this with, what did I mix that with? I might have mixed it with the, yes I did, I mixed it with the Glamour paste. And you can make skins. So, yeah, it's beautiful because you've got the texture, but the other side looks really good as well. It's really nice to make skins. That I would definitely be able to die cut. I was going to do it, but I didn't have time. But I'd be able to die cut that. So it's definitely worth making your skins. And the thing is with that, unlike paper, you know when you're moulding paper, sometimes it doesn't mould properly. That is seriously mouldable. So, okay, so Elaine said when she's using a cream paste in mould, she can't get it to dry right. Right, Elaine, I've got a really good tip for you. For starters, your cream paste in the thicker moulds, I don't use them in the thicker moulds. So these ones I don't use it because it's that thick. However, if I was to use it in these ones, I'd put a thin layer first and then let it dry and then build up another layer. It will definitely work, and I haven't had time just because of drying time. It will definitely work in these shallower ones, absolutely, as it does in this. Let me show you how to fill it. I'm going off pieced, but that's okay. So, top tip. So when you're doing this, Elaine, and anybody else who's using your cream paste, so what you want to do, it's funny actually, because when I first watched the instructions for this, I was like, I'm not doing that, because it looked like you were using tons of it, and I didn't want to do that, and I'm tight, but you have to use more than you think. But what you do first, okay, is put a layer of the cream paste like this, just making sure it's all full, like so. Spin it round. Mine's still got some of the dry stuff on it, but that's okay. It's around the outside anyway. Round the outside, round the outside. Mine's Malcolm McLaren. What's yours? Is yours McLaren? Or is yours, yeah, round the outside, round it. Buffalo Girls. Because I think, oh, who sampled it? Anyway, I'll get back to doing your thingy. So, so let that dry. It's a lot quicker if you do it this way. So what you do is you put that, I always put it in my drying, what's it called? Where your boiler is, that. Airing cupboard. So I stick it in airing cupboard because it's nice and warm. Let that dry first, but then when it's dry, you need to put another layer on, because otherwise you won't be able to get this out, because what it does, this sinks, and this, because there's nothing attached, that won't come out again. So you have to put another layer. So let it dry, and then your second layer has to be like this. And actually, this way, I don't use as much, because the first time I was using tons of it, but this way I don't. And your second layer will glue to your first layer. So don't panic. Don't think that you won't be able to get it out the mould. You absolutely will. So your second layer, do it like this. And it's quite thick, and you think, oh, I don't like that. But it'll be fine. Like that. So it's like putting cream cheese on a bit of toast. It looks, I tell you what it feels like. It's like shaving foam. It's got that real soft texture. It's just beautiful, to be fair. Right, so that it's about that thick you need it. And then when it dries, but then again leave it. I leave mine for a good 24 hours. I highly recommend doing it in 2 parts though, because otherwise it just takes quite a long time, especially for the middle to dry otherwise. So if you do it the way I've just shown you, it'll dry really quickly, well, relatively quickly. Like I can't remember, I always leave mine 24 hours maximum. And then when you're taking it out, where I've gone like the messy bits, I've just got rid of the messy bits. And then, we've had an email. So Sharon's checked her basket out and she's put this one in. She says, but she doesn't really know why. Me neither, but they just feel really nice. No, actually, it's really good for texture and stuff, is that. And the thing is with that one, it's not, you know how some glues and stuff mess up your bristle brushes? That won't. So if you've got stuff that, you know, you keep messing up all your brushes, use that. And because it's silicone, stuff wipes off it. And you can use that with hot stuff as well. So it's a really, I really like that. And it's a really nice fine tip as well. And because obviously it's a bit, like, you know, it's quite a nice hard tip. So you can sort of, you know, you can scribe detailing and things with that. So it's a cracker. So you've checked out a good thing. So don't panic. Steve-O has emailed in, will the end of cold scissors fit a man's fingers? They are kind of little of them, Steve-O, look. So, like, for me, they fit mine, but yeah, good idea. Put them on your glass mat. There you go. It's that big. So it is. So that's like, is that a centimetre square? Yes, it is, isn't it? Yeah. So, yeah. So if your fingers are bigger than that on a glass mat, Steve-O, no, is the answer. I'm going to go lady fingers. Janice agrees. So we're going to take this off now. So we're just peeling these out. Okay. She giggled away. Giggling away, she did. So peeling this out. They are little. Yes, they are delicate ladies. So peeling this away. See, look. And then that's what you get. Be nice and gentle when you peel it away. But doesn't that look fabulous? Oh, love that. And you see, you can cut, if you just want little elements out, you can cut little elements out, which is cool. I really hope that's helped Elaine, because it's definitely worth, when you nail it, when you get it right, it's fabulous stuff, really cool stuff. So obviously you can use this for your stencil as well. So if I just take this here, you scrape the stuff off the lid, because you don't want to waste any of this. It is just lush to work with. Now, I don't need to do the full thing, because remember, my paper's covering part of it. So just take that and stencil. As usual, I'll use card to actually clean my stencil off, so I won't waste any of this. It doesn't matter if it's not perfect, because I'll be working over the top of this anyway, but just getting that on. Now, what you could do with this, I've popped the paste on. I am going to be painting over the top of it, but because it's a wet paste, I could, if I wanted to, add our beautiful glamour powders, because we have got the powders on the show, because they're like a mica powder. I could add a glitter onto this, because again, it's wet, so you could add lots of different products onto this, which will mix and match beautifully. In fact, let's have a little bit of a play. So last time, I think it was last time we had Stamperia. We haven't got them this time, but last time we did have the snow and the ice. Obviously, they go with this collection beautifully. If you manage to get them last time, they go hand in hand with this collection. So yeah, definitely use these. But I'm going to layer. So I've put that on, but I'm just going to layer a little bit of this over the top. And have a go with this, just have a play with different products. It might be that I don't see any of that. I don't know what it'll do, but there's nothing like experimenting. And while that's in situ, let's take a tiny bit. I'm not going to use the blue. I'm going to take a tiny bit of the gold. Now, your glamour pigments, the glamour pigments you can use as they are, so you can use as a loose powder. You get your pink, you get your turquoise, and you get your gold, bear with, there you go. So there's the colours that you get, which are just divine colours. Really pretty. Dave and Brig have just emailed in. That pink actually goes really nice with that bottom there. You've got, what, 5 orders in the last half hour? Oh, it's because you'll be part of a Chand Freedom, love. That's hilarious. I tell you what, though, you'll love it. And I definitely want to see pictures, folks. I want to see pictures, stuff that you've already made, because I'm nosy. Okay, so get a little brush. Now, And I don't want much of this. I only want a little bit of this. I haven't tried this. If it all goes wrong, there's always gesso, so it's fine. Okay, a little bit of that. Take this again. And can you see it's very, very light? Because I've only put a little bit over the top. Because I definitely didn't want much of that. But you've got a tiny... I don't know if you'll be able to see that. I can, but I don't know if you'll be able to see that. Okay. It is really subtle. And that's exactly what I want. And I kind of like that. Because when you look at it, it looks like it's going to be really bright pink. But it's got a hint of gold in that as well, actually. That the ancient pink. It's beautiful. I'll show you. Obviously, we'll touch on those more. Let me just get my black cardstock. Where did I put my black cardstock? I absolutely had it on my trolley. There it is. Sorry, folks. I'm off. Just clean this. So, as ever, your stencil. You want to clean your stencil. So I'm going to get one card black, one card white. Just pick that up and then pop that there. And then all I'm going to do is just do that first. Okay, all I'm going to do is I'll pop that on the top first. Like this. So do that. And then let's have a little look, see what we've got. So you might have a soft print there. Now, that's really going to be quite cool. I bet you can't. Oh, yeah, you can. So you've got a print there. Beautiful. You've got another print. Oh, not much of a print there. So what I'm going to do is just pop that back. You know me. I love doing this, don't I? Standard Leonie. And then just take my brush and just work over the top. Spritz it. Didn't get my water spritz right. So you'll sprit this normally. In fact, instead I'll just get a bit of water on my brush. So cleaning my stencil as ever, but as ever, you're getting a second print. I always like doing that. Pretty. And then I would spritz that with water if I'd remembered my water spritzer. Just going back to this, and then just get your edges. Now, those edges, I've got a lot of the cream paste there. This I am going to be using anyway. I'm actually going to be using on my box, so I might as well just pop it on there straight away so you start getting texture on the box, because it's lovely just to create texture, so you don't waste out. And then all I'm going to do with that, I'm going to bring it in a bit, all I'm going to do with that is blast this dry. So while I'm blasting that dry, we can show go over to our Janice, but you can see, and there's a very light pink in there, but that looks really effective already. Oh, isn't it pretty? Okay, if you do want anything, check your baskets out. That cream paste were 2/3 of the stock gone. I mean, it is already. Have I forgotten? Has it gone? Sorry, I've been cream pasting my face. Don't do what I do and slap it all over your face. Yeah, you get your cream paste, check your baskets out on that. It's always dead busy. Please make sure you send photos in. I want to see what you've been doing with yours. Okay, if you do want out, you know what to do. studio@hochanda.com for emails. Over to you, our Janice.
Just there, Leonie, just there. No, the other side. Yeah, you'll get rid of it. Oh, we've been busy whilst we've seen those fantastic demonstrations and explanations from Leonie. Over half the stock has gone in the first hour of your one-day special here on Hochanda. We launch a one-day special every 6 o'clock, every single day. And, well, it's supposed to last for 24 hours. I don't think this is going to last with half the stock already gone. The price is incredible. You're saving £7. It's only £24.94, 629130. First of all, you're getting this absolutely gorgeous A3 rice paper. Beautiful pattern on there. Very intricate as well, but it gives you a chance just to tear into this and just use part of that pattern if you want to. Even if you're just going for a strip along the centre there, you'll see you've got those lovely elements and flowers, all using those fantastic blue tones as well that work so well together. Then let's take a look at the paper pad. You can buy this individually if you want to, or you can't. Is it gone? Oh, it's gone. There you go. So you can't. You can only get it in the one-day special. But look at all the different elements that you're getting here. You've got those lovely tags and sentiments. That superb page right there. So many different elements on there that you can use. Or if you were to take this out of the book just like that and use it and add different elements to it, it would look stunning. It really, really would. They're double-sided as well, so you've got two sides to every piece of paper, and every side, well, it always tells a tale, doesn't it? Beautiful damask style. At the bottom of the page, go and have a look, not just at the main area, go and have a look at the bottom, have a look at the side as well, and have a look at all the different elements that you've got within these pages. I mean, that is gorgeous. And the way that Stamperia have used the different blues and the tones in there to really elevate the detail. For example, you can see those beautiful stars really stands out, as if there's some LED lights on there, but there's not. This beautiful image as well, when you first see that, you see the first focal image, which of course is the lady just there. But then you've got the castle, you've got the flags, you've got the trees, the mountains behind there, and then you've got the tree just there with those finches in. Absolutely stunning. Every time you turn the page, you're going to sit back and just go, oh wow. Wow, that is beautiful. Again, we've got the smaller elements. These would be perfect for your card making, also great for journaling as well. Turning the page, again, just move that across so you can see that. Lots of white space in there that you can fill and use, but you've also got the beautiful blues as well. You can see on this page, let me just bring that back. Isn't that stunning? And that's a poinsettia, isn't it? It is, which is stunning, with the little bird there. Winter tails, moving that across. You've got the lady on the horse there, that's going somewhere, ready to go, rearing up and ready to go. So each page is going to tell a story, and each page is going to give you inspiration. Remember, you can only get this in your one-day special. We've also got the moulds. Let me just place that back just there. Now, these moulds are absolutely stunning, and this is going to give you a chance to use it with your air drying clay, your soft clay, and maybe possibly, did you say, Leonie, if you've got the craft concrete, you could use it with that? Yeah, it'd be amazing, wouldn't it?
That'd be so cool in the concrete.
Yeah, it would, wouldn't it? It really, really would. So that was Leonie agreeing with me there.
It was actually me agreeing.
So you've got the full set of moulds right there. You don't need to cut into them. You can just keep them in the tray as they are. You've also got here the stencils. Let me just take that up. So you've got the stencils here. So you've got, let me just line those up. There you go. Christmas greetings, let it snow. You've got the lovely Christmas holiday and the candy sticks. And then you've got may the joy something or other. I can't read it from here, but there you go. You've got something there. With lust, is that? Or is that with love?
With love rather than...
Oh, wish list. Sorry, I thought it said with lust. Quite remarkable.
You've got a fabulous Christmas ahead.
Certainly have. But they're great as well. So you've got your stencils. And then you've also got the two rice papers here with those gorgeous elements in. Wow, stunning, isn't it? That's why we're busy. 629130 is your item number if you want to go for your one-day special. I'll just leave those and I'll come back to those. Right, we're heading off to some more moulds we've got for you here. Now, 3/4 of the stock already gone. When I came into the studio to prep, I saw these and I was just like, wow, absolutely blown away. The detail in this one is exceptional, isn't it? Absolutely gorgeous. Imagine using that and then placing that maybe on the cover of a journal, which would look absolutely fantastic. And if you are using soft clay with this, or you're using the soft paste as well, I mean, that would be fabulous, wouldn't it, on the front of a journal, and just using some paint on there or some gilding wax. It looks nice as it is, doesn't it? I mean, snow's white, isn't it? And then you have got your other elements at the top. Really, really like these. So much detail. When you take your moulds out, and you'll see the detail that's in there. Again, using a little bit of gesso or paint, or maybe some gilding wax on there will really highlight the details that you've got on there. Absolutely stunning. Look at that. Incredible detail. Very, very busy for these though. If you do want to pop these into your basket, £11.98. What an incredible price, and what incredible detail that you've got with these as well. 922659 is your item number. Right, the next bundle of moulds that you've got here, oh my goodness, 70% of the stock has gone. What a bundle this is. First of all, we've got this main set just here. There you go. With all the different languages, all to do with love, which is beautiful. I do like that one. It's fantastic. And if you were to use that and just put that in a frame, that would be a Christmas gift. That would be a Christmas gift as well. But you've also got your typewriter, your love heart in there, that lovely Mr. and Mrs. And then you've got the love heart there with the texture of the wood. You've got a more in there. And you've got the two birds, one with a top hat depicting a male maybe, and the other one with a woolly hat. Or is it a bow for a little lady? Isn't that lovely? And then with the dragonfly, how amazing is that? Beautiful. Look at the detail that you've got within those wings as well, whether you're using your soft clay or your paste or your resin in there, which is absolutely fantastic. Beautiful set, very busy for these. £15.97. 167768 is your item number. Now, Dave and Brig have been very busy. Oh, this is their stash of Stamperia moulds. Let's take a look at that. Wow! And they've just added to it as well. My word, that's amazing. Well, this is the show to add more moulds.
Whoa,
yeah,
Dave and Brig.
Those are the ones they've got already. And you'll notice they're watching your demonstration in the background. So that particular picture was taken tonight, Leonie.
I love how they can find them as well, like that.
Well, they've got them on that ring. It's a great way of storing them, isn't it?
It is, yeah. Oh, I bet that's one of your 5 purchases, isn't it, Brig, I reckon. Okay, so what I have done, got 9 minutes, plenty of time. So what I've done, you can see, already dried this now. Because it's the paste, can you see, if you blast it dry, you've got all that fabulous texture. I love that, because look, the cream paste, can you see that texture? So it goes all bubbly and lovely. So blast it dry. If you let it dry natural, now over 80% of the stock has gone. If you let it dry natural, obviously it's going to be really smooth but flat. But if you blast it with your heat gun, so you force it, that's when you get all the texture and the bubbles, which looks gorgeous. So happy with that, and I'm only working on the lid as yet. I've cut the rest of the twiddly bits on the paper down, so I'm happy with that. This bit I'm keeping as such. Isn't that just beautiful? Absolutely beautiful. So what I want to do first of all, take your ink. Now it's one of those things, isn't it? Anything you ink round it always works. And actually, even with these papers, the distress is going to work. I've got a walnut stain, so I'm just gently going around the edge of this with your walnut stain. It absolutely works because it'll help pop that paper, but also, of course, it hides the edges. I'm not being too, I am going to be a bit fussy. There you go. So just working in, and of course, just a touch of ink. And you've got the brown, you've got the vintage tones in there. So it absolutely works. Oh, our lovely Sam and Blanche going. Sorry, I'm waving, folks. They've been watching, and they were saying, Blanche was saying, oh, these are beautiful. See, this is it, us crafters. We all like everything, don't we? It's like, oh, they're nice. Okay, so just going around the edge, like so. Amazing. See, already it pops. So when you put it on that background, look. Can you see how it pops just a bit? It's all you want. You just want it to lift a little bit. Now, what I'm going to do, that background. So you have got these. Now, the glamour paste. They're very rich colours. I mean, when you look at these colours. I mean, that turquoise is just exquisite. But obviously, I mix that one with the cream paste, and you can get a really light blue. So if you don't want that really heavy turquoise, you can mix it. So you've got the beautiful turquoise. I mean, just look at these, are just gorgeous. Now, you can put these in your mould. I'm so sorry I haven't been able to do that, but because I wanted to use the cream paste with moulds, I didn't have time to get those dry and then load them up again with this, unfortunately. But look at them. I mean, look how thick and gorgeous that is. Phew, so glad it's thick and gorgeous. And I mean, it hasn't shifted, you know. I mean, these are beautiful. You can put them, you can spread them on with your spatula. They look absolutely divine. So you can put them on really nice and thick. They work beautifully through your stencil. So just as we did with the cream paste, you can use them with your stencil. I mean, you can... with something like this, you can also mix them. You know how we've got, oh, in fact, I haven't shown you them yet. We've got the gorgeous sparkles. You can mix them with the sparkles. They will hold the sparkles in place and the colour tone perfectly. So you'll see that the sparkles are colour toned beautifully. So you can pick that up and actually apply the sparkles with it. Obviously, I'll be doing things like this throughout the one day special shows, but they're beautiful. So all I'm going to do with this is, I don't want it too heavy. I've got that sort of vintage look to this, so I'll be able to use that with this colour palette. And all I'm going to do is brush it on. Now, when you actually brush it on like this, it's a lot lighter. See, it's actually a really nice soft gold, is this. I'm still seeing that beautiful hint of pink. So it's just making that colour a little bit richer, which I really, really like, actually. I think that looks really, really effective. And you've still got that sparkle. I mean, they've got such a beautiful, beautiful sparkle. And what you've got as well, because it's got that texture in there, it sits in the texture really, really interesting. Wow, okay. The cream paste that I used right at the start, that has now gone limited stock. Gosh, it does sell out time after time after time. It's gone limited stock. Please check your baskets out. We do refresh your baskets after 10 minutes. If it's still sat in there, it'll go back. But you do need to check your baskets out. Right, oh, we've only got 4 minutes. I'll blast this dry. Have we got pictures to look at? Yay! Let's have a little nosy. Oh, wow. Who's that from? Penny, that's amazing. Oh, Penny, I've got a thing with that very mould on the back here. That's beautiful, Penny. I love that. And the next one is from our lovely Dave and Brick. Oh, that's beautiful. I mean, you guys are so good at the boxes. That is absolutely gorgeous. That's using, I don't recognise that rice paper. Which one was that one? That is beautiful, beautiful. And Penny, see, I don't know if you can see him, but that's the same mould. Yay! Oh, it's such a good mould. Such a good mould. I mean, those papers. I'm actually well chuffed with that one. You know, when you make stuff, sometimes you look at it and go, But other times it's like, oh no, I like that. Do you have them? I have lots of them days. Okay, I've only got 3 minutes, so I'm obviously not going to finish this, but you'll see where I'm getting at. So that's my first layer, and now let's put my paper on. I'm using the Color Gel. This is such good glue. I highly recommend this. When I first got this, I must admit, I thought, oh, why do I need another glue? Honestly, this is cracking. I use this a lot now. And what I love about it, it's a proper clear glue. The cream paste has now sold out. That is our first sellout. If there is something you want, you need to check your baskets out, folks. It is very busy. Right, why I love this glue. It's absolutely clear, but look, when you're sticking things like this, you know where you've got all those little bits, you can get all those little bits. Now, what I'm not worried about is it sticking to my glass mat. Absolutely fine, I can peel it off. I'm not worried about it like, you know, gluey horrible messes seen on the other side. It's a really good glue and it dries completely matte. Now that's really effective because it means you're not going to get any shiny bits. So where it does go on the front of the paper or where you do get splodges where you don't want your splodges, it's not a big deal. You will not see. I highly recommend this glue. And I don't say that a lot actually with my adhesives. They have to be cracking for me to really like them because I have a lot of glues, but this one is a cracker. Really like it. And look, you get plenty of wiggle room. So you can pop that in, and then what I'm going to do is go back over the top. The reason I'm going back over the top, it seals it for me, but also when I'm working over the top, because it seals it, it actually, don't get the wrinkles. You know, you get wrinkles sometimes with paper when you use a wet glue. This seems to stop the wrinkles, but also when I'm doing paint effects, which I will be doing with this, because I've put this over the top, it means if I go a bit, you know, off with my paint, I can clean it back off again because this is acting as a sealant. It will not give you a shine. It is a completely matte glue. Now, I'll get this to the next stage. Obviously, I'll finish this in the next hour, but please check your baskets out, folks. It has been so busy. It continues to be so busy. This is a brand new collection from Stamperia, and I'm sure you'll agree it is beautiful. Thank you ever so much for joining me. Thank you for sending the photos in, and thank you to our lovely Janice. Oh, I'll be back with you at 8 o'clock. Is it Andy? Is it Andy? Andy Collins just emailed us. Hey, Andy. Oh, that's really sweet. Sorry, that were. See you later. Thank you very much. Check your back.